English. Grammar. Complete grammar for all purposes. By PRAVIN KENDALE. Pronoun. The words that are used in place of slash instead of nouns are called as pronouns. Pronouns are generally classified into 10 types. A personal pronoun equals I, we, you, they, he, she, it. B. Interrogative pronoun equals why, when. C. Demonstrative pronoun equals this, that, these, those. D. Indefinite pronoun equals one, none, somebody, all, many. E. Relative pronoun equals who, whom, whose, what. F. Reflexive pronoun equals myself, himself. G. Emphatic pronoun equals myself, herself. H. Distributive pronoun equals each of them, either, neither. I. Reciprocal pronouns equals each, other, one, another. J. Exclamatory pronouns equals what, who. A. Personal pronoun. The pronouns which are used in place of slash instead of persons, 3 persons, are called as personal pronouns. There are 3 persons in English. First person equals these pronouns are used in place of the person who is speaking equals I, we. Second person equals these pronouns are used in place of the person with whom the first person is talking equals you. Third person equals these pronouns are used in place of the person or the thing about whom slash what everything is being spoken equals he, she, it, they, Govind, Mohan. These pronouns are used in 3 cases while using them in sentences. Subjective case, possessive case. Nominative case, accusative case, genitive case. I, me, my slash mine. We, us, our slash ours. You, your slash yours. They, them, their slash theirs. He, him, his slash his. She, her slash hers. It, its. Some notes for better use of personal pronouns. 1. Possessive cases such as my, our, your, his, her and their are always used before a noun and are called as possessive adjectives. Because they are used for giving additional information about some nouns, they are also called as pronominal adjectives as they are formed from pronouns. That was his car. Those are their chair. 2. Possessive pronouns such as mine, his, hers, yours, theirs, ours are used after the nouns. This house is mine. That car is his. 3. When pronouns of different person occur together in a sentence, the order must be as given below. A. Second person. B. Third person. C. First person. For example, you, he and I will go to movie tonight. While confessing a fault, the sequence of the personal pronouns should be A. First person. B. Second person. C. Third person. For example, you and he had stolen the fruits. For a personal pronoun must be of the same number, gender and person as the noun for which it stands. She was talking to Mohan. She told him a new story. 5. When 2 or more singular nouns are joined by and the pronoun used for them must be in the plural form. For example, Sana and Mona are classmates. They are best friends also. 6. When 2 singular nouns joined by and denote the same person or thing, the pronoun used for them must be singular in number. The definite article the is placed before the first noun. The account officer and treasurer should be careful in his work of keeping accounts. 7. When a personal pronoun is used as a complement to the verb to be, it, the pronoun, must be in the nominative case. For example, it was he who could solve the problem easily. 8. When 2 singular nouns are joined by and are preceded by each or every, the pronoun must be in the singular form. For example, every boy and every teacher should take his seat. 9. When 2 or more singular nouns are joined by either or neither nor or, the pronouns must be singular. For example, Either Nisha or Rambha must help her friend. Ganesh or Mayuresh lost his books. 10. When a singular noun and plural noun are joined by or either or neither nor, the pronoun must be in the plural. In such sentences, singular noun should come first. For example, Mohan or his friends told their problems. 11. When a personal pronoun is connected by a conjunction with some other word in the objective case, it must be in the objective case. For example, these books are for you and me. 12. When nouns of different gender are combined by a conjunction, the pronoun must agree with the gender which is next to conjunction. For example, every boy and girl went to her house. A girl and boy went to his house. 13. When a pronoun refers to more than one noun or pronoun of different persons, the pronoun must be of the first person plural in preference to the second, and of the second person plural in preference to the third. For example, you and I have done our duty. You and Ra, you have wasted your duty. 14. A pronoun should be used in the objective case in a sentence beginning with let. For example, let me do it. Let him take the examination. 15. With one, use ones. For example, one should ask oneself about one's character. 16. With everyone, don't use everyone's. If you are referring to particular person, use his. For example, everyone should know his strong points. 17. The personal pronouns mine, ours, yours, theirs are called possessive pronouns. They must be used in the following manner. A. After a noun. For example, these books are mine. B. When the noun is not expressed. For example, my wife and yours are close friends. Her sister and yours are faster friends. C. When of is used before such a pronoun. For example, the son of yours is really genius. 18. The pronoun his is used both as a possessive adjective and possessive pronoun. For example, this is his pen. This pen is his. In the first sentence it is possessive adjective. In the second sentence it is possessive pronoun. 19. It must be noted with utmost care that the personal pronouns yours, hers, theirs, and its are written without the apostrophe. For example, yours sincerely. Yours affectionately. 20. The pronoun following the conjunctions then or as must be in the same case as the noun or pronoun preceding it. He is as smart as I am. I am not smarter than he. 21. Some important uses of the pronoun it are given below with examples. A. To introduce a sentence. Example: it is not certain that the president will come. B. To emphasize the noun or pronoun that follows. Example: it was you who began the quarrel with us. C. As an indefinite nominative of an impersonal verb. Examples: it rains. It is snowing outside. D. In sentences showing distance. Example: it is not far to walk. E. In sentence indicating time. Example: it is 10 o'clock now. F. To introduce a phrase. Example: it is decided to declare a holiday today. G. In exclamatory sentences. Example: what a beautiful book it is. H. To introduce a that clause. Example: it is said that smoking is injurious to health. I. As a sort of object in order to avoid repetition. Example: let us fight it, the issue, out. B. Interrogative pronoun equals why when. The pronouns which are used for asking questions are called as interrogative pronouns. For example: what, where, when, why, who, whom, whose, which, how many, how much, how far, how long, of whom, to whom, with whom, whatever, whoever, whichever. Who is PM of India? What is he? Which home will you buy? C. Demonstrative pronoun equals this, that, these, those. The pronouns which are used to show or point out a thing or things are called as demonstrative pronouns. For example, this, that, these, those. This is a beautiful house. Those were great people. D indefinite pronoun equals one, none, somebody, all, many. The pronouns which are used to denote persons or things in general way instead of denoting them particularly are called as indefinite pronouns. For example, one, none, nobody, nothing, some, somebody, something, anyone, anybody, anything, any other, all, many others, everybody, several, both, few, a few. Irrelative pronoun equals who, whom, whose, what. The pronouns which join two sentences and shows relation with some noun in the first sentence are called as relative pronoun. For example, who, whom, whose, what, which, that, as, but, whatever, whichever. He wanted to meet his friend who was with him in school. Note: relative pronouns work as a pronoun as well as a conjunction. Rules for correct use of relative pronouns. A relative pronoun must always be placed as near its antecedent as possible. Also, it must always agree with its antecedent in number, gender, and person. For example, this is the manager who abused the clerk. Note: antecedent is a noun for which a pronoun is used. B. Generally the relative pronoun in the objective case is omitted. Example: the student, whom is omitted, you wanted to punish is absent today. See, the pronouns who, whom, and whose are generally used for persons. Who is used in the nominative case. Whom is used in the objective case. Whose is used in the possessive case. Examples: A. Sarita is the student who got an award. B. They are the thieves whom the police caught. C. This is the student whose certificates are lost. D. When the relative pronoun is in different cases, one in the nominative and the other in the objective, it must be mentioned twice, once for each verb. Example: the girl who is my daughter and whom you met in the library yesterday left for Mumbai this morning. In the above example, the subject of the sentence, the girl, is also the object of the sentence, hence both who and whom are used. E. If a relative pronoun has two antecedents of different persons, it agrees in its persons with the antecedents nearer to it. For example, I am the person who has not been consulted. You are the man who is responsible for the tragedy. F. Reflexive pronoun equals myself, himself. The pronouns which show reflection of the action done by the subject on the subject itself are called as reflexive pronouns. For example, myself, himself, herself, themselves, yourselves, ourselves, itself. We should ask ourselves why we have not improved. He taught himself the art of better speaking. G. Emphatic pronoun equals myself, herself. The pronouns which are used to stress or emphasize the noun it stands for are called as emphatic pronouns. For example, myself, himself, herself, themselves, yourselves, ourselves, itself. They themselves came and took money. I myself want it. H. Distributive pronoun equals each of them, either, neither. The pronouns which are used to denote people or things one at a time are called as distributive pronouns. They are always used in singular number and the verb following them must also be in singular number only. For example, each, either, neither, any, anyone, anybody, anything, no one, nothing, nobody, none, everyone, everybody, everything, somebody, someone, something. Each equals one of the people or things independently and separately. Either equals one or the other one of the two people or things. Neither equals none of the two people or things. Any equals anyone equals anything equals any one of the many people or things. No one equals none equals nothing equals nobody equals none of the many people or things. Everyone equals everything equals everybody equals every one of many people or things. I reciprocal pronouns equals each other one another. The pronouns which are used to show reciprocation or which are used to show that two people or several people do the same thing, feel the same way or have the same relationship are called as reciprocal pronouns. For example, each other one another. Pakya and Yuga are fast friends. You can say that they loved each other. After the paper everyone was talking with one another so as to check uses of each other and one another. Each other is used for two persons or things or places, etc. Example. These two students love each other. One another is used for more than two person or things. Example. Those four countries always disagree with one another. Exclamatory pronouns equals what? The pronouns which are used to show exclamation are called as exclamatory pronouns. You know Katrina delivered a lecture in our college today. Who? Katrina. Oh my God. Other pronouns. Pronouns of number equals 3, many, 25. For example, Q. How many students came to the class today? 5. Pronouns of quantity equals more, much, little, etc. Uses of which. Which is used in the following ways. For infants, small animals and objects. Examples. This is the baby which was lost in the theater. This is the dog which my friend bought from the doggies club. When selection is expressed. Example. Which of these television sets do you want to purchase? C to refer to a sentence. Example. He was said to have drunk, which was not true. Uses of that. That is used in the following ways. 1 for persons, lifeless things and small animals in the singular or in the plural number. Examples. This is the girl that failed in the exam. This is the radio that I bought yesterday. 2 is a substitute for a singular noun already mentioned for plural use. Those. Pay attention to this use particularly in the comparative degree. Examples. The weather of Hyderabad is far better than Chennai. Wrong. The weather of Hyderabad is far better than that of Chennai. The climate of Pune is cooler than that of Amravati. The houses of the rich are larger than those of the poor. 3 after a noun phrase used as direct object. I vividly remember the night that she came. Here that is used in the sense of when. 4 the relative pronoun that should be used in preference to who after superlatives all any same it is it was none. For example. A he is one of the cleverest man that ever lived. B she is the most beautiful girl that I ever met. C all that glitters is not gold. D you are the only person that can help me. E anyone that wants to succeed must work hard. F it was you that I wanted to speak to. G he is the same man that defeated him in the election. H there was none that did not enjoy that show. I there is nothing that shall frighten me. 5 after 2 antecedents, one requiring who and the other which generally that use is used. For example. The man and his dog that we saw in the morning have come to us. Other important uses. Either and neither are used in speaking of two persons or places or thing, etc. Examples. Neither Mahesh nor Mohan is intelligent. Negative meaning is implied. Either Mahesh or Mohan is expected to get a prize. Positive meaning is implied. Each. Each can come in 3 different positions in a sentence. Each of the students got a prize. Initial. The students got a prize each. End. The students were each given a prize. Middle. One is used in the following ways. For people in general. Examples. One must try to do one's duty. One must not be proud of oneself. In place of a noun previously mentioned. Examples. Give me a banana which is a fresh one. Give me bananas which are fresh ones. As regards anybody, everyone, everybody, etc. The pronoun of the masculine or feminine gender should be used according to the context. Example. Every one of the boys got his hall ticket.